Have you ever heard of Emmaus? It's a city in the Holy Land that I got to live in for 3 months as a missionary. But more importantly, it's where Jesus revealed himself to the disciples in a way that set their hearts on fire and changed them forever. This grace, the grace of Emmaus, is something that has impacted and changed my life forever. My name is Anja Ozols, and I'm a theology teacher at Incarnate Word Academy in Houston, Texas, but originally I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I went to St. Mary Springs Academy High School and attended Holy Family Parish. When I was in college, I got to go live at the holy site of Emmaus as a missionary for 3 months. And in the Holy Land, the gospel of the day is the gospel of that place. So in Bethlehem, every single day at Mass, they read the Nativity. And at the Holy Sepulchre, where Jesus rose from the dead, they read the Easter narrative every day. So at the holy site of Emmaus, I was reading and meditating on the story of Emmaus every day for 3 months. So the grace of that place really seeped into my soul in a deep and beautiful way. I think it could do the same for you over the next 3 months of journeying on Emmaus 90. Here's how the grace of Emmaus changed me. When I was in college, I was kind of struggling with this question. I was studying theology. I knew I wanted to be a theology teacher. I was getting all the answers, all the formation, all the information about the faith, and yet there was something missing. Because I would look to other Christians and other Catholics and see this apostolic zeal, this radiant joy that made them excited to just go out into the world, and they were shining with this fire. And I was like, why don't I have that? I know all the facts. I've been learning all the theology, but why is my heart not set on fire? And then I traveled to Emmaus and lived there and realized that those apostles on the road to Emmaus were experiencing the same thing as me. See, Jesus had just risen from the dead. This is the end of the Gospel of Luke. And the apostles are walking away from Jerusalem. It says that they know he's risen from the dead. They know all the prophecies. They know that he is the one who fulfilled the prophecies and that they're supposed to be having eternal life and communion with God. And yet they're sad, and they're walking away with their heads down. The facts and knowledge were not setting their heart on fire. So this stranger walks along with them and is talking to them. They end up inviting him in, and when he breaks the bread, they recognize that this is Jesus, and this is the Eucharist, and he is really here with us. And for whatever reason, in that moment, their heart is set on fire. And they ask themselves, why was my heart not on fire before, when he was walking with us, when he was with us along the way? But in that moment that they encounter him in the Eucharist, they turn and they run away from Emmaus. They go back to Jerusalem, and they start to radiate and shine and share the joy of the gospel. So that's exactly what happened to me. I left the holy site of Emmaus and went back to my college campus and realized that being set on fire is a choice that I can make. I can choose to allow the Lord in the Eucharist to set my heart on fire, or I can choose to be sad. So, where are you at on your journey? Are you walking away from Jerusalem? Do you know all the facts? Do you know that Jesus is risen from the dead? Maybe you've even had some formation in the past already. But are you wondering, like I was, why some people have their heart on fire and some people not so much? I invite you to sit with the story of Emmaus. I sat with it for 3 months. My realization was that I can go be an apostolic Eucharistic missionary, and I can be filled with the joy and peace that doesn't make sense to people. I think you can too. I think the Lord wants this Emmaus transformation for all of us. prayerfully consider if the Lord is inviting you into this journey in the year 2024 with Emmaus 90 through the Archdiocese of Milwaukee. I will certainly be praying for you and for all of my home dioceses from here in Houston, Texas, and would be happy to talk more about the Grace of Emmaus and what I experienced in the Holy Land in this transformation